Hi, I'm Carla Bisong, originally born in Detroit, Michigan, but from Houston, Texas. Black History Month to me is just a moment of appreciation and gratitude for those that came before me who were brave enough to anticipate and know that they wanted more for our people. And so, because of their sacrifices and because of their hard work, there are privileges today that I have that I know I would not have without certain individuals that came before me. My first memory, I didn't grow up in a home where my parents talked really about the history and Black History Month, so it was elementary school. Like I mentioned, I was born in Detroit, Michigan, but we moved to Katy, Texas. So I was one of 5 Black kids in an elementary school. And so we had a progressive teacher who felt the kids should watch the TV series Roots, not the whole series, but parts of it. The kids and I were traumatized. But it was a great experience because my journey at that time, the kids were very loving. I mean, I felt like it was a bit adorable that other kids, me being different, was like, we like your skin. It looks like chocolate, and we like your hair. It looks like cotton candy. So I didn't have that experience that some people have of hatred from other children in elementary. But I just remember other kids after watching Roots with me, and we're both like, whoa. Some kids gave me hugs. Some like, I'm so sorry. You know, that was my experience. And then wanting to go deeper because I had no clue before that. Denzel Washington made a good point when he said, you can explain a situation, but people don't truly understand until they lived it. So when I look at art, if a Black artist or an artist showing a Black experience, for example, has a little girl sitting in the kitchen and her mother is using a hot comb to straighten her hair. So of course, you can explain that to other races. Yes, it's a hot comb, goes through your hair, it makes your hair from textured and from thick to straight. But me being in that experience, I know what it feels like to get my ear burnt by the hot comb. I know what my hair smelled like when the hot comb was run through my hair and the grease being applied to my scalp. So that's the difference in me being Black and having artists in their artwork expressing experiences. I think from other cultures, I can understand where that's coming from a deeper level than just surface. And every piece of art that I look at, I want to look at the quality of it is most important. So artwork has to have great quality. The subject matter, is it expressing and is it doing a great job of delivering a message? If the artist is telling a message, is that message being communicated? And many times I have to talk with the artist because sight unseen or just seeing something, you have to hear the backstory behind it. So many times with art, good art is really a dialogue between the creator and the viewer. As long as I can remember, I always loved art and I love people and I love business. So it took a while for me to even find out what an art dealer was. And once I knew what the role of an art dealer is, it's pretty much connecting creatives and art lovers. And of course, there's a lot of steps in the business side of it, but at the bottom line, I'm a connector of people. And I love doing that anyway. I was helping people purchase art for their home or for their businesses before I officially had my gallery. My background's in finance, so I was in the investment banking world. And so when my colleagues bought homes, I was the go-to person. Come with me. I want to go to other galleries. I want to go look at art. Help me pick out pieces that are going to be great for my space and help get the overall aesthetic that I'm looking for. And I was doing it for free before I chose to do it for a living. First and foremost, keep being creative and thinking of alternative ways of making your goals come true. Honestly, the traditional route to being a gallerist probably would be study art in an institution. My background is finance. I didn't do that. Go work for another gallery or work for a museum. I didn't do that. I went into corporate America. And then when you feel ready or you feel like you've established your connections, go start your own gallery. Again, I didn't do that. I had my day job, found an amazing space, and kept my day job for a few years while I grew the gallery, established my knowledge base because I had a large learning curve. I've never done it before. So wanted to travel the world, wanted to make sure I go to art fairs, look at art from within the US, internationally, meet gallerists, meet art curators, go to museums, and then bring that knowledge back to my space. And little by little, not being afraid of making mistakes. And so I've now been a gallerist for 11 years and not being afraid to continue to go forward and bring back that knowledge and help others that want to do what I want to do. And I love mentoring. So anyone who is interested in being a gallerist or an art dealer or art agent, I'm open to answering questions, talk about it, because I just love the business of art. I love the business of creating, and I love creatives. It's important to get around the gatekeepers sometimes. Sometimes you have people who make it difficult to get into certain doors. And so for me, if I knew it was going to be challenging to go, like I mentioned before, the traditional route of being a gallerist, I was going to knock down the door and get a space and just do it myself. Don't be afraid to make mistakes and do it. So I tell others, follow your own path. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Speak up. People say, get a seat at the table. Depending on who's at the table, sometimes you have to go and create your own table. I want to continue to bring artists and corporations together. So this year, 2024, we partnered with Neiman Marcus and had a pop-up art exhibition in the Galleria and placed 9 works of art with the consumers of Neiman Marcus. And so those individuals may not come to see certain galleries, may not have ever seen those artists. So it's my job not only show artwork in the gallery, but go out to where the people are and make sure to get in front of those collectors and introduce them to artists that they probably would have never heard of. And so again, February 2025, would like to do that again in Neiman Marcus and other corporate buildings around Houston, and make sure to get the artwork where it can be seen and appreciated and purchased.